What we do know is that there is a wanted gentleman who is in a truck right now. The crisis negotiation team is trying to convince him to come out. We did see a blonde woman who was arrested and taken by police. We don't know much about what's happening down there. I'm going to step away so you can get a closer look right now.
Juliet, you recently spoke with Eugene police. That shelter in place is due to a wanted person?
That's correct, Kendall. There is a wanted person, according to EPD, who is in that truck right there. I'm going to step away so you can get a better picture right there. He has been there for roughly an hour and a half at this point. We do know that he has his hands on the steering wheel. Again, we don't know who he is. All we know is that he is a wanted person. We have spoken with neighbors who have informed us that they were hearing loud bangs. One person said it sounded like a flashbang. Another person said they heard a bang that's had multiple repercussions, and that was around 4:30, 4:35. There are multiple crews on scene. We see street crimes unit. We see a SWAT team here. Again, there is still not a lot of information that we know. Oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Oh my God. Right now, we did hear multiple loud bangs, and we did see the gentleman fall over into the car seat. We see that he now is potentially being taken out of the vehicle. Again, still not a lot of information, but we did want to let you know that we did hear multiple loud bangs right here, and we did see cops kind of move towards the scene and closer to the car, towards the passenger door when they did hear those loud bangs. Well, Jody, that's right. I arrived here on scene at 5 p.m. We saw a gentleman in a white truck. His hands were on the steering wheel. When I spoke with EPD, they informed me, I should say, that there was a gentleman who was wanted, who was in a truck. There was a crisis negotiation team, a drone team here, a K9 here, the squad team was here, and they were all trying to get this gentleman to exit the vehicle and cooperate with officials. Unfortunately, that did not happen as far as we saw. We have been standing here for the majority of the past 2 hours right now. While the gentleman was there for roughly, when we got here, he was on scene there since roughly 6:30. And then roughly around 6:30, we saw the gentleman. We heard loud bangs, multiple loud bangs, and then we saw something thrown into the vehicle, lots of flashes coming out. We saw that happen about twice. We saw the gentleman slump over. We did see that the gentleman was injured. He was taken out of the vehicle, placed onto the ground, then put onto a stretcher, and he was taken away in a medical vehicle down this road. We, of course, assume that he's going to a hospital. We can't confirm that. We don't know if he is alive or not at this time. Still a lot of information that we don't know. I'm going to step out of the way because there is still a police presence on scene. That event did occur right there on the corner that you're looking at right now. We are seeing some yellow tape. We are seeing the EPD street crimes unit on scene. There's a lot of stuff happening here right now. The street is still closed off. So again, not a lot of information that we know right now. All that we know is from EPD and from what we did see on scene. We've been talking with neighbors. One neighbor told us that she heard some loud bangs at roughly 4:30, 4:35. A gentleman we spoke with over here said that he has seen some issues in the past here on this street. So again, we're going to be talking with neighbors and trying to learn more and find out more and bring you all of that information as soon as we know it. But for now, I'll send it back to you at the desk, Jody.
From crisis negotiation to shots fired. Today, those neighbors saying the entire encounter was traumatizing.
People currently in the area should stay indoors. Others are asked to avoid the area.
We heard a bullhorn outside of our apartment saying, "Put your hands outside the window."
Residents witnessed the frightening 2.5-hour standoff that ended with the harrowing sound of gunfire from an officer-involved shooting. An incident continuing to echo throughout the community.
When I came out, they literally had their gun facing down, shooting. And there was like red sparks just popping off the ground.
Witham Breeding lives directly across the street from where the shooting took place.
I'm just traumatized with all this shooting, and then we actually saw when the final shot out came and the guy went down.
Captured on her security camera, you can see the suspect's car colliding with SWAT vehicles. Shortly after that, a blonde woman was handcuffed and taken away by police after exiting the white vehicle. Witham Breeding says police were standing on her property during what she calls a very scary standoff. When we first met her, she was outside checking her property for any damage.
They did tear gas. We had our windows open. Tear gas got into our house, set all of us into an asthma attack.
She says she's never seen anything like this in the community before.
Bullet can just get right into our house. But you never expect it in your own front yard.
A traumatizing 2 hours that neighbors are still trying to make sense out of.
How many shots, son?
A lot.
A lot of shots. And he didn't get back up. And then we started seeing all the police officers putting their guns down. That's when we realized the guy was down and out. It's like, oh my God, is it finally over?
Now, the suspect was taken to a nearby hospital. His condition is unknown. Police still haven't released his identity. We did reach out to the district attorney's office and the Portland Police Department, but did not hear back. The Eugene Police Department would not provide us with any additional information.